26 kilometers from Kulingram is the Baidyapur village in the Kalna subdivision, a rich site of 17th to 19th century terracotta architecture and zamindari mansions. Friends, in this part I cover Baidyapur and Gopaldashpur and finally end our day staying at Kalna. Baidyapur is a village in Kalna 2 CD block in Kalna subdivision of Purba Bardhaman district in West Bengal. The village is a rich site of 17th to 19th century terracotta architecture, notably featuring Navaratna or 9 pinnacle temple, Atchala temples and the unique Joda Deuls. Baidyapur is on the Boinchi-Kalna road and the nearest railway station is Boinchigram railway station on Howrah-Bardhaman main line. Until the end of 17th century, Baidyapur was just another nondescript village in Bengal, with the only heritage building of note being the 16th century Joda Deul. The fortunes of the village dramatically changed in the 1680s when a gentleman named Haradhan Nandi settled here from East Bardhaman's Memari region and started a small business dealing with food grains. The family business prospered, enabling a descendant of the Nandi clan to purchase large tracts of land in Malda in 1795 and establish a jomidari. By the mid-1900s, the family had amassed a wealth of rupees 5 lakh from their estate. The now large extended family lived in Baidyapur with various members constructing temples, a kachari house and administrative buildings in the village. These collectively now form a major proportion of the heritage buildings in Baidyapur. Many of these structures can still be visited today, but their current state of preservation varies significantly. As one walks through the roads of Baidyapur, one travels through the timelines of the mid-19th century through the Boitokkhana, Kacharibari and Pujabari. Established between 1832 and 1835 CE, the Pujabari is quite a large complex built in the Indo-Anglo style of architecture. At the heart of the building is a central courtyard flanked by 22 pillars supporting a two-floored veranda with a temple at the northern end, one of the many in the complex. The actual name of this place is Rajbari, named after the Nundi family deity Raja Rajeshwari or Narayan Shila, which confusingly results in some thinking this a palace of the Jomindar family. To locals, it is known as Puja Badi, where all significant rituals of the Nundi family were organized. A dried out pond on the opposite side of the road in front of the Puja Badi is where all puja rituals started. Even today, this building is at the center of the village where festivals such as Durgotshava, Janmashtami, Lokhi Pujo and Kali Pujo are very well celebrated. The walls of the Puja Bari are built around the terracotta temple structure. This is an earlier temple incorporated into the Puja Bari. Baidyapur Joda Deul was built in 1550 by Shubhananda Pal. The two brick-built temples with square bases probably had domed top in their original shape. Their facades are of carved bricks. The main temple faces east while the smaller one faces north, and they are interconnected with a passage and is datable to 1550 AD. The larger temple has an inscription over its domeway. A short distance southeast from Joda Deul is the massive Brindaban Chandra temple, also known as Brindaban Chandra or Brindaban Mandir. Set within a compound enclosed by a high wall, the upper portion of this 9-pinnacled flat-roofed temple dominates the village. The entrance to the temple is usually through a large set of green doors in the compound wall, flanked by stucco lions and a decaying grand building opposite with more crumbling stucco ornamentation. We could not go inside as the temple remains almost closed for the major portion of the day, but it is worth visiting. Located 400 meters southwest of the Jora Deul on Baidyapur Old Road are the two small Artchala temples with some notable terracotta ornamentation. Although there is no foundation stone, so their precise date and builder is unknown. The Nondi family's significant influence on the village would probably suggest that this family is behind their construction. On Google Maps, they are tagged as Pora Mathi Shiv Mandirs, although I have no idea if that is the correct name for them. The two temples face each other. Temple 1 has its entrance to west, Temple 2 has its entrance to the east. Both temples only have ornamentation on two sides, the front and northern elevations. Along the lane outside the Thakurbari are two small temples, the Nabaratna and the Artchala. The Nabaratna temple was erected by Joydev Nondi in 1602 in memory of his mother, while the Artchala temple was built in 1853. Most of the pinnacles on the former have fallen off and many of the terracotta panels on both are worn out, but some of the terracotta panels at the bottom of the Artchala temple are still very prominent. Opposite the temple stands a mansion with colonial influenced architecture. There is no clear indication who the mansion belonged to, and visitors exploring the structure will stumble across a surprising find, a temple with fine terracotta motifs perched between the walls of the house. On the other side of the Nondi's sprawling Thakur Badi on the road next to the Pancharatna temple is the Nondi's Kachari Badi, or the administrative center of the Jomidari. The historic structure which now has exposed brick is open to the public and has a Shiva temple inside and has a Shiv Mandir inside. The other side of the street has a similarly old building with Corinthian pillars which remains closed to the visitors. This used to be Nondi's Baitok Khana. If one can get in touch with a descendant of the family, they are usually gracious enough to show visitors inside. The first floor is occupied by a huge room with stained glass windows, small chandeliers and some age-old paintings. Far from the noisy city, between lush greens and unending fields of the crops, there stands Lord Krishna as a shepherd of the cattle, or Rakhal Raja. Mind gets instant relief only visiting this place. You can have bhog but have to collect coupon before 11 am in the morning. The Rakhal Raja temple gets closed after 7 pm in the evening. According to local legend, Lord Krishna arrives here after evening, hardly 8 km distant from nearest railway station, which is Boinchi, located in Howrah Bardhaman main line. Totos are easily available for transportation. Sri Ramkanu Goswami, a distinguished Siddha Vaishnava saint, found the Rakhal Raja temple in Kalna. Goswami's journey to Kalna was marked by adversity as he fled persecution of Kalapahar. Upon arrival, he settled in a dense forest with his family and deity, guided by an inner divine presence. Tragedy befell when his younger son passed away, a loss that Goswami unwittingly contributed to. This devastating event prompted him to renounce worldly life and seek solace in Vrindavan. There, Lord Sri Krishna appeared to Goswami in a dream, instructing him to craft an idol from the sacred wood. This divine guidance led him to the consecration of Rakhal Raja idol, initiating a tradition that endures to this day. Every Magh Purnima, devotees bathe the deity, honoring Goswami's legacy. With Baidyapur, we end our first day of the journey, and then we move to hotel at Kalna town for overnight stay. Next day, we were to visit the temples of Guptipur and the enchanting temple city of Kalna.